So, unfortunately, over the recent Easter holiday, 22 people died in Nigeria when the roof of the church they were in collapsed due to some heavy rain they were having.
Oh, shit.
That was actually going on during the Easter service. And
Jesus.
31 other people also had various degrees of injury. And this news story really kind of sort of slipped under the radar. I didn't really see this any other place except for the government spokeswoman who talked to the local paper, and it got relayed on news.com. Assuming that the spokesman is Cletus Akwaya, Nigeria, the government spokesperson who broke the story to the news, apparently. No, I think this is really a horrible bit of business. I wouldn't laugh at this or point to Christians and say, hey, why didn't your God protect you? Like, I'm not that kind of a person. I don't really find a lot of humor in a terrible accident like this. But the reason that I wanted to bring up this story is I want to kind of flip it around a little bit and say, if we had had a gathering of atheists in this country, in the United States, and something similar had happened, a roof had collapsed, or whatever, some kind of accident, a fire, even, it doesn't really matter, and 22 people died, how joyous, how much just absolute revelry would Fox News, probably, but definitely Pat Robertson, how much would he harp on the idea that atheists gathered together and then some sort of like accident occurred that resulted in death and injury? Like, I mean, Jerry Falwell is long dead now, but him too. I mean, the response would have been just, I think, horrific.
Well,
I think when you look at Pat Robertson's response to other natural disasters, that bears out. Like, this would not be him setting a precedent. Like, he says this kind of stuff all the time.
No, yeah, he went off specifically about the heathens in Haiti and the atheists in Japan for both of those disasters, without any hesitation whatsoever.
Right. So I just
about how they got what they deserved, and that's exactly what you get coming if you're not, Christian nation. Meanwhile, he ignores all the things like the tornado in Joplin that kills a whole bunch of people because that's just God doing his work. But you know, when it's Japan, it's like that's God doing his work. Right.
Exactly. And so I mean, how Christian of him, but also
how Christian of his God.
Well, it's par for the course for his God.
True.
But it's just, I just found it interesting and sort of sad that there's such a mean streak among people like Pat Robertson where we know without it even happening how much he would enjoy it, basically. How much he would enjoy the death and the suffering of others who don't agree with him.
Well, again, that double standard of how it reinforces his beliefs when he sees atheists die in like an incident like this, as opposed to how it does not it does not unreinforce his beliefs when he sees
Christians die
due to these kinds of
he doesn't feel the need to talk about it. He doesn't feel the need to comment on it. When Christians die in natural disasters, that's just accidents happen and God doesn't cause that. But when non-Christians die in accidents, that's God showing his displeasure. I mean, it's that selective confirmation of I will ignore all the evidence except the evidence that agrees with me.
Yeah, you see what you want to see.